Uncivilized Vitality's philosophical points. Again, this is just some highlights. Becoming a member of one of the chapters, or showing up for the monthly meeting, we get more in depth with some Q&A on the philosophical points. But for YouTube, we're just going to hit the high points, the 13 points of the uncivilized philosophy. This one is Dichotomia, Conspicua, Imperium. This is the dichotomy of control. Right? This is the quintessential Stoic philosophical platform, is the dichotomy of control, and realizing that the very first verse or first chapter in the Enchiridion Epictetus was, there are some things that are within your power to control, and then some things that are not within your power to control, and you have to realize that first. A very quintessential part of the Stoic and then the uncivilized philosophy. Some things you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your judgments, your opinions, your desires and aversions, and then some things you can't. Whether it's going to rain, whether you're going to get stuck in traffic, whether your shoelace is going to break, whether you get out to camp and somebody's in your campsite and you have to move to another campsite. So what happens, a lot of human suffering comes from trying to establish control over things that we can't necessarily control. And we won't get into this too deeply on the video, but one of the big overviews in the dichotomy of control that's caused problems is the cycle of civilization. The cycle of civilization, you've all seen something similar to this. Hard times, right? Hard times, everything's rough, natural disasters, wars, poverty, famine. There are hard times. Hard times are going to create strong people. Right? Strong people who are capable, adaptable, and durable. Capable, adaptable, and durable people will exert some control over their environment and circumstances, and thus create so-called easier times. Easy times lead to soft, weak people. Soft, weak people, once again, lead to creating hard times. I call this the cycle of civilization. We don't have time for a whole history lesson. Matter of fact, I went over this concept earlier about this, and Tori told me to keep it brief so that I didn't run off on one of my tangents. We could write a whole book about the cycle of civilization, as I call it. If you go back and look at any great civilization, or use the word empire, the Roman, the Greek, the Mayan, the British Empire, the Aztecs, Babylon, any of the great civilizations, the Phoenicians, the Egyptians, any great civilization goes through the same few hundred years of progress, right? Starts out some great conqueror, or really strong-willed philosopher, kings, or leaders will develop a civilization. Everything's getting great. Technology advances. People come to rely on the easy times. You know, they don't have to grow or can or hunt their own food. They don't have to do their own work. These easy times are going to lead to lazy, weak, entitled people. These small groups are going to be used against the larger population by the leaders to kind of manipulate and sow discord amongst everyone. And this discord leads us right back up to hard times, and typically, sadly, the collapse of whatever civilization was dominant at the time. This is a historic cycle we've been stuck in for a long time. So what we want to do is get out of this cycle, is to become a little uncivilized, or a lot uncivilized. Right? Uncivilization will help us break that by staying right here and stopping moving forward. A lot of this would have to do is, once we become capable, durable, adaptable, we become these strong people again, we're not necessarily changing the hard times into easy times. We can't control that aspect of civilization. We just become more comfortable realizing that some things are out of our control, and we just have to make the best of it and be happy anyway. Right? We go back to that video we did, or I don't know if we've done that one yet, Eudaimonia, that state where life is serene, joyful, and enthusiastic. That's how people were meant to live, until we try to enforce our will on things we can't control to produce these easy times. And of course, there's always the backlash, and we end up in hard times in this civilization cycle. So the dichotomy of control refers to as the base of our philosophy. Start getting more comfortable with things you can't control. Doesn't mean things that you can't endeavor to make things better or more just with temperance and prudence and all that. We don't have time to get in this video to get deeper into a Stoic philosophy. But typically we're looking to make people capable, adaptable, and more durable so that we become strong and can avoid, hopefully, this slide all the way back around into hard times. And maybe we can short circuit it here. And instead of easy times, we'll just call them good times. Okay? Then we'll move back around. So this is our second philosophical tenet, is the dichotomy of control. Unpacking that and understanding it really helps, especially really briefly when it came to the larger picture of how civilizations work in the cyclical pattern and keep collapsing. If we want to get out of it, we have to become uncivilized. If you like the video, if you like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out some more of our, we have another 12 points to our philosophical tenets that form the underpinning of what we do. And if you're interested, drop us a comment, like the video, and then share the channel with others. Thanks.